What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, look at this situation. Let's talk about the Marvels, man. The Marvels, this is a disaster of epic proportions. There's no other way to look at this thing. This is going to go down as one of the biggest, most colossal, epic failures in the history of cinema, maybe just in the history of the world. I mean, this is just unbelievably bad. Valiant Renegade put this tweet up yesterday, and I thought this was just, just eye-popping. What he said here. Now, check this. Let the record show that after one full week, okay, the Marvels failed to break $55 million domestically. All right, so I want you to just say the full week, not just the weekend, the full week from Friday to Thursday. This is yesterday's numbers from Thursday. And in so doing, has also failed to surpass the opening weekend of the Hulk 2008, which was the previous low for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That was the previously low number for box office on the weekend, opening weekend. No inflation adjustment. No adjustment for inflation. Just the straight numbers, okay? Which is unfathomably bad. Yeah, 100%. This is bad beyond words. The Marvels is a absolute colossal failure, and there's no two ways to look at this. This thing is a disaster. And I mean, it's just horrible. Look at this. So I'm looking in my local theater, all right? This is my local theater, the AMC Delamo 18. I'm looking through this joint, right? I'm saying, all right, how many screens is the Marvels on still? You see Hunger Games right there. Obviously, that came in. That's the new one. Plenty of screens. Trolls band together. They split them up here. I guess they had the fan event going on. But then they had, okay, you can go see Trolls, right? And then here's the Marvels. Look, and then it jumped right to Thanksgiving. That's it. This is it. This is all the screens for the Marvels. This movie came out last week, and it's already like, nah, get this thing up out of here, okay? This thing was all over the place. They had all the screens last week. Now, just a handful. Yep, the 1015 Real 3D, if you do that. And then they have a couple of other ones, and they're done here. I think this is like maybe 2 screens, maybe 2. And that's it out of the 18-screen megaplex. Because, yeah, they got other movies coming in here, all right? But yeah, they would have probably, if the Marvels was cranking it out and doing business like that, they would have said, nah, we got to keep this on at least maybe 4 or 5 screens out of the 18. Yeah, we're going to have to get Five Nights at Freddy's, probably going to have like 1 showing or something, right? They said, nah, Five Nights at Freddy is still cool. We're going to have it at 4 points of the day. The Holdovers, this probably would have just been a couple. Killers of the Flower Moon, they might have got this up out of there. Taylor Swift, all of this stuff, Wish Early Access. I know they're doing one of these. They're doing these joints. But yeah, Marvels, a Marvel Cinematic Universe film, y'all. And it is already done. Donezo. Goodbye. See you. Wouldn't want to be you. They are finished with this film. It is absolutely amazing. And yeah, Deadline reporting on it. Marvel suffers worst MCU second weekend drop. And you're curious as to what that drop is going to be. Let's check it. Now, let it be known that it's not even second place. First place was Hunger Games. We all expected that. Second place went to Trolls band together with a $30 million opening. Okay, so Trolls is going to be major competition for the Marvels going forward. The Marvels is done. But yeah, here it is right here. Third place belongs to Disney's The Marvels with a second Friday of 2.8 million. Ouch. That's an 87% drop from last Friday. And a second weekend forecast of 9.7 milli. It's not even going to get to $10 million by the forecast. That's a 79%, the biggest second weekend drop ever for an MCU title. I don't think it's even close. All right. A running total right now, 64.5 million by the end of the day on Sunday. What are we to make of this, folks? What are we to make of this disaster right now? There's a reason why Kevin Feige said, stop everything. He saw what was coming down the pipeline. He's been making major changes. We got to redo Blade. We got to redo Daredevil. We're firing this Kang Dynasty writer. We've fired the director now, or the director has just stepped away, said, I'm going to do other stuff. Okay, so he didn't get fired. He just decided to move on to some other stuff. All right, so that Kang Dynasty Avengers movie is completely toast. They're redoing all of Captain America, A Brave New World, whatever they're going to call it next. This thing has gotten off the rails for Marvel. Again, I will say this for the umpteenth time. Kevin Feige got lucky. He had luck at the very beginning of the Marvel Cinematic Universe because he had people around him that knew what he was doing, okay, or knew what they were doing, and they were able to build something amazing. You know, when you have Jon Favreau, you have James Gunn, you have Joss Whedon, you have Scarlett Johansson, you have Robert Downey Jr., you have a great cast. Ike Perlmutter was still there, kind of looking over everything, looking over his shoulder, making sure shit didn't get too off the rails. All right, this thing is completely off the rails right now, okay? This is what happens when Kevin Feige is left to his own devices. 79%. Woohoo! And look, all the ideology that these cats love to cheer on. Oh, look how diverse and inclusive we are. Yay! Yeah, good job. Look, this is what it is right now. You guys have absolutely fallen off the side of a cliff. It is disastrous, man. I still can't get over this one right here, man. This is the one that tells you everything. Second weekend, they have reduced this thing down to maybe 2 screens, and that's it. They are not, the theaters ain't messing with this movie no more. This thing ain't bringing in no bread. Look, let's just go ahead, put it on a couple of screens if people still want to check for it. But they are moving on from this thing. The MCU right now, in my opinion, in its current incarnation is dead. There's no buzz about this thing. We've been talking about that. Loki really didn't have the kind of buzz that, you know, they had the first season. We're still waiting on like the final numbers of viewership, but we saw what Loki was doing. It was like nobody's really talking about that. We had people asking, you know, Screen Crush, is anybody watching Loki? And look, this Screen Rant article actually hits an important point in as far as Marvel's game plan on what they're doing going forward with this universe. It says here, Marvel is already failing Sam Wilson as the MCU's Captain America replacement. And basically what they're saying here is that, yeah, we were supposed to replace Captain America with Sam Wilson, but he's barely been in this thing. He's barely been around in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. As it says, in the phases 4 and 5, he's only had 1 appearance in each phase. And Captain America, Steve Rogers, he was popping up in every single phase. Now, Sam Wilson's Captain America is a race-swapped character, so you know I don't really give a damn about him anyway. But it just goes to show that these cats don't really have any cohesive game plan. As it says here, the lack of cohesion in the MCU's multiverse saga extends beyond Sam Wilson's Captain America. None of these characters are positioned as important connective pieces, and that's true. And that's what happens when you have a multiverse. You're just going to throw a whole lot of nonsense out there on the screen. You're just going to throw up, okay, here we go. We got the Marvels. All right, we got the Eternals. Yeah, let's throw up Captain America, Brave New World. Let's throw out Deadpool. Let's throw out Blade. Let's throw all of this stuff up there. And then we're going to move somehow into Secret Wars. And then it's like, wait a minute, time out. How does any of this make sense? You're just showing us a whole lot of characters, but there's no through line. There's no story being told. You're going to have the Fantastic Four getting introduced soon, and there's no story here. What's the story? I don't understand what's happening here. I don't know what I'm following. Like I said, by this stage, midway through phase 2, we still knew, okay, Thanos is the threat that everybody is looking at. All right, we saw that. We saw them building up to that. And again, that's because Kevin Feige had comic book guys like James Gunn, Joss Whedon, Jon Favreau, who understood, hey, this is how you move through this thing. This is how you build out to Infinity War and Endgame or whatever it is you're looking to do. I think it was just Infinity War Part 1 and 2 originally, but they changed it to Endgame. That's fine. But there was a game plan. They had cohesion. They knew exactly where they were going. And right now, again, Kevin Feige, hey, multiverse, everything goes. It's just helter-skelter nonsense, and let's just throw it all up on the screen. Let's hope it all worked. And none of it is working. Again, back to this. This tells you everything you need to know. This is the interest in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, not just in this film, but in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as a whole. Nobody's checking for this thing like they used to. Again, it can't even get to $55 million in a week. In 1 week domestically, this thing is going to bomb. This is a epic failure. This is the collapse of the MCU in as far as I'm concerned. And they're going to have to figure out how to rebuild it. And I don't think they can do that, in any short order. It's going to take somebody. Kevin Feige's got to bring somebody in. He's got to bring in somebody that knows what they're doing. He can't just keep hiring random directors and writers to try to fix this. He's got to bring in actual writers, comic book fans that they've said were red flags in the past. He's going to have to get those guys to come in and step in and start doing some work. All right? Because right now, this cat is off the reservation, and he has no way of fixing this thing on his own. Anyway, folks, you guys let me know what you think about this whole situation. Hey, it is what it is. Whether you're an MCU fan or not, whether you're laughing at all of this and you're saying this is what you get for going woke, or you're, bemoaning this and wishing that, we just want good comic book content. Can't Kevin Feige get his act together? Either way, it's all the way bad for the MCU right now. And man, I'm here for it. But you guys let me know what you think. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.